Mustangs. Welcome to Tucked In Tuesday. I have a question for you before we start our book. Have you ever been in a situation where you felt unsure, where you weren't really certain about what was going to be happening and things were new and kind of a little bit scary, and maybe you needed something to help you feel better about that? I know in my family, Mr. Bowman was in the Air Force, and he would have to leave to go on what we called deployments. And my kids really missed him. And especially my daughter Rachel, who you know is Miss Bowman, who teaches first grade. She really missed her daddy when he was gone, and she was in about first grade. And so we made something for her called a daddy doll. And this is Mr. Bowman made into a stuffed doll, and having that with her helped her feel safe. Well, we're going to read a story tonight, called Lubna and Pebble. And this is about a little girl. It's not really sure where she's from, but we know that she had to leave where her home was because there was danger there, and she needed to go someplace that was safe. And this is a story about her and her best friend, who's a pebble, that helped her get through those uncertain and scary times. So let's read about Lubna and Pebble. It is by Wendy Medwar and Daniel Egnius. Lubna's best friend was a pebble. It was shiny and smooth, and gray. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get in the camera. Whoops, I'm going to read that page again. Lubna's best friend was a pebble. It was shiny and smooth and gray. Lubna found it on the beach when they arrived at night. Then she fell asleep in Daddy's salty arms. When Lubna opened her eyes, it was morning. They had landed in a world of tents. Lubna clutched Daddy's hand and gripped her pebble. Somehow she knew they would keep her safe. In a big white tent, Lubna found a felt tip marker. She drew a happy face on her pebble. "Hello, Pebble," whispered Lubna. Pebble smiled back. Lubna told Pebble everything about her brothers, about home, about the war. Pebble always listened to her stories. Pebble always smiled when she felt scared. "I love you, Pebble," Lubna said with a sigh. Then the winter arrived. The winds began to blow. The tents began to flap. Daddy said, "Come close. I'll keep you warm." But Lubna was worried. What if Pebble gets a cold? "That must never happen," said Daddy. He went and found a shoebox and a tea towel. "Thank you," Lubna grinned. Then she put Pebble to bed and kissed it good night. Soon, a little boy arrived. At first, he had no words, just blinks and sneezes and stares. "This is my best friend, Pebble," Lubna said. The little boy coughed and sneezed, then smiled. "Hello, Pebble. My name is Amir." Lubna and Amir became friends. They played hide and seek under the stars. But at bedtime, Lubna whispered to Pebble, "You are still my best friend." One day, Daddy was beaming. "We are leaving. We have found a new home." Lubna felt happy, then sad. Amir cried. That night, Lubna couldn't sleep. She asked Pebble what to do. Pebble didn't answer. But by the morning, Lubna knew. Lubna gave Amir the shoebox with Pebble and the pen. "What do I do if Pebble misses you?" asked Amir. "Draw the smile on back," said Lubna. "And what do I do if I miss you?" "Tell Pebble all about it," Lubna said. Amir nodded and held the shoebox tight. "Goodbye, Pebble," Lubna whispered. "Hello, Pebble," Amir said. And that's the end. So I love this story because Lubna needed something to help her feel brave, something to help her have courage, something to help her feel safe. And she had her daddy, but we learned she lost many things. She lost her home, she lost her brothers, but then she found Pebble, and Pebble helped her get through. Pebble helped her feel brave and feel safe. And then when she met Amir, she had a friend, and it was wonderful. But then Lubna needed to leave to find a safe home, and Amir's family wasn't ready yet. So Lubna gave him the Pebble because she realized he needed it now, and she didn't need it anymore as much as he did. I love her friendship and her kindness that she gave to Amir and the comfort that she gave to him in uncertain times. I know that we all have great families and friends, people who love us, like our teachers and our students, to help us get through challenging times. And we need to remember Lubna and her Pebble, and how it doesn't have to be big to be really helpful to you. And you can always share your courage and your kindness and your safety with other people. I hope you enjoyed my book that I read to you tonight. It was wonderful getting to do Tucked In Tuesday with you, and I hope you have a great night's sleep. Good night.